All right. Well, this is an interesting question I have. Uh, I rarely get this: three augurs and three omens and two cruors, so it's going to be cast iron to kill these. So I'm thinking, can I burn? Uh, because I don't have my thrasher here, and I could do it with drone bunnying and all that stuff. I could do it easily. I've got my ECM boat here, but I'm thinking, can I just? What do other people do when they don't have ECM boats? Can you burn through an augur's defenses when he's got two other wingmen repping him, right? Um, the arbitrator, if it gets close enough, actually, it's probably close enough to. Mm, no, it looks too far away right now. Its range is too far out there, but I think if I try to burn, because I won't have the range to shoot the augurs, right? So what I'll do is I'll tag up the augurs. I'll gank. Uh-oh. Right, because bloody hell. Alright, so I need them closer. I need to get them closer by using the lights on these suckers. And they'll be close enough that I'll be able to target them after that. They'll come closer to defend the cruors. But yeah, once that's set, we are gonna rock the socks off the augurs. Off you go. So, Baryon. So they'll come closer. There we go. I won't have to worry about the sensor damping from the fob. There we go. And let's lock and load for that. What the hell? But what the? How am I not? How is that? Okay, so just gonna have to be patient. Can't. Come on. Okay, coming closer. That's good. Ah, frickin' what the? Come on, get closer, you little shits. Alright, Baryon should cut through them. Alright, here we go. So... Okay, so I'm being targeted. My max range is now... What the... Oh, because it's probably too far away, right? Getting closer, good. That's getting closer. Arbitrator, damn it. Hopefully we can conduct this test before I get totally ganked for come on, guys. Do me proud. Whoop. And how much are you? No, okay. 37. Little shithead. He's getting closer too, right? I could switch to Mystic, but yeah, see, I can't. I'm not burning. Uh-oh. Bestower. just undocked, looks like. Hopefully it's just frigates, but it could be Balgorn, and that would be really awkward. Because, you know, the defense fleet won't rep the response fleet, so I might be able to deal with it, but I'd have to be really good. No, just frigates, good. Easily ignored. Damn it. Little shithead. Oh, could you... Oh, man, he's at 90 kilometers, too. What's... Probably it's optimal is 90, I'm hoping. But I'll have to switch to Mystic to even scratch this idiot. Holy crap. Yeah, so... You're not able to burn through it. So that's the curious thing. I mean, what happens to people when they're faced with this situation and they don't have MJD? How do they get out of it, you know? Anyways, test is successful. Not the way I was hoping, but interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, you might be all well and good playing with your ships without MJD, but what do you do in a situation like this, right? Well, these will flee once the fob is dead, but what do you do about 3 augorors and 2 cruors, right? And an arbitrator, you know? I mean, they might not kill you, but you're going to be stuck there for a while. I guess calling a friend with ECM, you know, but you wouldn't die. You'd be sitting there like really bored because the omens wouldn't be able to kill you. There's too few of them, so you'd be definitely stuck if you got until you got help. Yeah, that would be the way out. But you would be stuck there for a while if you couldn't wrangle anybody who doesn't have ECM. And the plus side, it's like the fob's dead. It's not going to spawn anything else. So, you know, you can call in friends. But what if you don't have any friends? Yeah. Could you log? Like, is this the 15-minute? No, you'd be in the space for 5 minutes. I think your hardeners stay on. Like, I've come back into the game after disconnecting, and my hardeners are still on, so maybe that might work. You could potentially, but what if your actives turn off when you log, right? Then nobody's repping you. Can you live for 5 minutes? Well, maybe, because there's only like half the omens on the field that you're usually facing. I wouldn't want to test it, but yeah, I'm curious. Have you guys ever faced that situation and gotten stuck and needed to call friends? I'm curious about that. Not that most people like half the people you meet are total a-holes, but the other half are polite enough. But only 5% of those will actually say anything, comment, or like your channel or anything. So that's the usual thing, I figure. But yeah, I figure that would be what happens. You got friends, you call them, he would be hilarious. But yeah, it's not like you're a carrier stuck in lowsec screaming for help. Alright, anyways, I'm out. Thanks for watching. I don't think anything interesting is going to happen now. I'm just going to... What I do is just MGD out, you know, get away that way. It's going to take a while, like 7 minutes. I could stick around and show you guys that one. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll show you the MJD trick. But I'll just turn off my mic and, yeah, relax for a bit. Oh, hey, yeah, bonus comment. Okay, so they've got the NPE graphics, right? And the explodey bits off, and I think a couple of the career agent stuff too, where the structure goes kablooey and it's really cool. And it's sort of like a set piece, you know, it's fixed. But wait a minute, what other stupid, like, I was watching that Epwell drift past, and my mind drifted to the aesthetics of very large objects, you know, like stations that you warp to, and the impressive size of them when your tiny ship is next to it. Your ship seems tiny next to them, right? And I was thinking, wait, they blow up, and the stupid fob just either turns sideways or stays upright or goes at an angle, and just blip, does this kind of aliens, you know, the end of Aliens when the ship blows up, kaboom, and the Nostromo, and then it just appears like boof, wreck, nothing, just tipped sideways, and it's like, wow, that was kitsch. And I'm thinking, wait, a lot of the fleet, like the big fleets, they bash, wrecking machine, and they're big citadel, brr, you know, wrecking machine. Um, but they haven't improved that look. I mean, why didn't you guys think, hey, a lot of people do a lot of this stuff. We should do this immediately after doing the NPE, or at least talk about it at FanFest, or talk about, hey, you guys are bored of that. What if you could see the NPE stuff for a destroyed Upwell? That would be a cool like climax to it, right? It's just aesthetics, right? It's just, eye candy. Why are you? My brain was like, wait, why didn't they do that? I mean, they've got a fixed number of Upwell types. It's not like they have to mimic all the ships in the game. It's just Upwells, you know. Yeah, like, when was Aliens made? How many decades ago? But yeah, it's like, there it is, your static model. Like, wow, that's immersive. Um, but yeah, I just okay. So let's go in, grab my loot, get the heck out. We well, that's a nice haul. Always good when you get both neutralizers. And aren't we off to the next system? Off we go. Yeah, I'll leave my guys behind. Nah, screw you guys. Alrighty. So, there are 2 cruors. Now, if it would be nice if there was 3. So that would mean each of my guys would be webbed. So you have to be careful about getting out of range when you're aligning. So don't take too long figuring out where you're going to align to and all that stuff to get out. Once you're happily aligned, make sure you are. There's 2 things you have to deal with, and you have to keep this in mind, because otherwise it's going to panic you and confuse you when you don't notice that something doesn't work. So when we MJD, we're still going to be locked by things, and we're still going to be affected by if 2 of my guys are being pointed. So once I MJD, I'll be 100 kilometers away, but I will still have these effects until they cycle down. Okay, so these 2 are going to have this, like in until the duration cycle finishes. You can't tell when that's going to be, but what I like to do, and this is why you can't let them, yeah, see, spreading out. That's the problem when trying to anchor up while doing a fob. You will spread out because you might not, everybody might not be webbed, so you could get out of range real quick. So anyway, so F8, F8, F8. And gone. See? Still warp disrupted. And there it goes. Now you can warp. It's because if you do it too quickly, you don't notice you've clicked it while the warp disrupt was still, and it'll give you an error. And you'll go on to the next person and assume everybody is in warp, and then all of a sudden, the cruors, what they do is they'll starburst, they'll warp to 500, then back on you. And if you think you've warped, you might not notice you haven't warped, and you could be there a little bit too long, and they could point you again, and your guys, the rest of your guys, most of your guys are in warp, and it's like, oh god. So I've lost a couple of leshaks that way until I realized what the hell was going on. It was like, is it me? It was me, but I just didn't pay attention to something. I thought, you'd think once you're 100 kilometers away, nothing would affect you, but it still does. So do be careful. And that is, yeah, I'm interested. If you've ever been in a situation where you've been like, help, and somebody's coming to rescue, it's usually a funny story, but I'd like to hear it in your comments. Okay, have a good one.